Alright guys, so we've jumped into the gameplay here. We went ahead and grabbed something from Will It Be Gone, who I'm hoping is Brandon Willett. What is it?
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. What were we talking about?
This is a great intro!
Epic intro. He said, Taffy, if you were telling a story drunk with friends, an epic story that gets told over and over again, which would it be? And I say to him, it would be this story, which is the story of, we're going to go ahead and call her Allison D.
I think that's a fair name. This is the story of how most of us stopped hating Taffy.
Yeah, so not everybody
There's a lot of chewing in this story. I'm not going to be happy.
Not everybody was a fan of Taffy when they met Taffy. So,
he was a douche.
I was not a good person. I had met this girl. We're going to go ahead and call her Allison D. Because in real life, you couldn't say her first name without saying her last initial. So, Allie D. This almost rhymes.
I know. You can call her Columbo as well.
She had a lazy eye. What are you gonna do?
A lazy eye and a lazy personality.
She also liked to read to Fred Savage.
She had a lazy eye and loose morals. So I ended up with her because why wouldn't you? So Allie D and I ended up together. It was a one-night stand that lasted for about 3 months. To be fair,
it's a really accurate description.
To be fair, that is my fault because I said things that I shouldn't have said that made it seem as though it was going to last for long.
You have my babies.
Oh God!
I love Canada.
I really hope to God I didn't take it that far. But
I think that's what she heard.
But I made it. For a guy who spent an entirety of this relationship with one foot out the door. I made it seem more comfortable to her than it actually was. So she felt as though this would last much longer than it did. Right, so the worst part about this is that she ends up... I was living in Virginia at the time. So I book flights to go home to visit my family, and she is all about coming home to visit my family. And I am trying to figure out how to break up with her so that I can eventually hook up with the girl that would have become my wife.
And we were trying to keep the girl that would become his wife from ever hooking up with him.
Which is true, because...
Trying to keep her pure.
She was one of the kinds of people that, like, she was smart enough to obviously stay away from me. So, I go home, and I fly home to Idaho. This girl, Allie D, is that the name we picked?
Allie D is what we picked.
We picked Allie D for her.
Columbo.
She flies to Idaho to surprise me and say, like, oh my God, I'm going to come hang out with you for like 2 weeks.
By the way, flying to Idaho to surprise anyone, sign 1 of mental instability.
It wasn't right.
She's Canadian. It's close to
Going
home.
to Idaho for any reason, sign 1 of mental instability.
So she gets off the plane, and she walks up, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm trying to break up with you. Hey, what's going on? What's going on with you there, big guy? So we break... oh God, she could listen to this. Who knows?
She'll know.
She'll know.
You know what? She talks smack about me, and so she can hear this.
F her and her Dollywood ambitions. I don't know. I've been drinking booze. Leave me alone. So anyway, this crazy bitch comes up to see me in Idaho, and she is all about just being everywhere that I am during the time that I have
alone on this visit.
Like literally during the time that I have with my family. She is like just like I have like 14 days. She's there for like 13 of them without even asking me. And so, at one point or another, we get fed up and we start to fight, and we decide, I decide that it's over. Like, she says the words, well, maybe you're not ready for this. And I say, yeah, you're right. This is over. We're done. And we fly back to Virginia, and we get back to hanging out around each other, and I start to see the woman that eventually would become my wife.
Yeah, but didn't you also have like 2 awkward days where you were broken up in Idaho?
Yeah, that was really weird. She slept in my spare bedroom up there, and I slept on the couch.
Classy.
Because I am a classy individual. And we flew back, and she hit the warpath where she found out that I started to date my wife. Mm-hmm. She warpathed about that because she was really upset about the fact that anyone could ever replace her.
I defended her, and she talked smack about me.
That's true. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Stacy. You watched the Clanland video that we put out. Then she's in the credits as the voice of the mom.
That would be me. Hello.
She is an absolute fan of the channel. She is here with us 100% of the way. If we can ever get this stupid fucking animation project up off the ground, She will be there with us, as will probably Liz. I was really, really happy with some of the voice work that Liz did for the rough edit stuff. So
you were telling the story of Ali D.
What are you talking about with your stupid ass Redskins hat?
Talking about Shaft.
Shaft. Oh, edit this! I dare you, Ryan. Sober Ryan, have fun. So
Classy, ladies and gentlemen, classy.
So, we get back into Virginia, and we get to the place where the awkward place where we're starting to exchange stuff back and forth. And she gets back a thermos, and I get back a ring, and I pay her for airfare to Idaho because I don't want her to have any misconceptions about, oh, well, he invited me out there. No, you know what? I didn't invite her out there, but it doesn't matter because I paid for her fucking tickets. So it's over. It's done. We end up at a house party of our buddy who we'll call Bruce Wayne. I don't know. What do we call Phil?
Oh, I'm so jealous you're close with
Well, at this point in time, we're
Phil.
Let's call him Phil. So we're at this buddy's birthday party, and he invites both of us. He invites me, and he invites Ali D. And she accepts, and I turn to Phil, and I'm just like, listen, buddy, it's going to be awkward. I can guarantee it's going to be awkward. And if it's not awkward, then something's wrong. I will stay home because it's your birthday, and I don't want to fuck up your birthday. But he says, no, you know what? No, you're my friends. So you're both invited, so we go. We do a relatively good job through most of the party of totally avoiding each other. And this became the party where a lot of people who didn't like me for breaking this girl's heart accepted me because of what happened at the end. Apparently, when I showed up, she was on her way out because she was drunk and she didn't want to be there anymore, but she saw me. And she decided that because I was there, she was going to do her best to make me jealous, which meant hanging on everybody that she saw, every guy that would pay attention. And towards the end of the night, I had, ironically, a gay friend named Reg that I went up to and I said, Reg, I'm about to call it a night.
guy.
I liked Reg.
He's a good guy.
Really nice guy. I went up to Reg and I said, Reg, I realize that Ali D is sitting on your lap, and I know that she hates me, so let me give you a second to talk to you, and I will get the hell out of your hair. We're going to go home. We need to go now, and I'll drive us home safely, but I can't do it. If I drink another beer, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep on the couch because it won't be a safe thing. So, as I'm sitting here explaining this to him, she spazzes the fuck out and screams, "He's a fucking liar!" And that's fine. You know what? She wants to freak out and hate me. That's cool. I'm down with that. But she screams, "He's a liar." And I'm kind of throwing my hands up in the air like, oh, okay, whatever. And she rifles off and kicks me in the junk as hard as she can.
Oh my god, it was terrible.
And this is something we've all wanted to do to Taffy at one point or another, but couldn't quite summon the will to do it.
And as she's lining up her next two shots, which hit me in the hip because I turned, she shoves me in the back hard enough that I drop my beer. And my newfound friends here.
Whoa!
I know, right?
Whoa!
Forget about her kicking you in the junk. You dropped
I
the
spilled
beer.
my beer.
But
don't go some places.
Honest to God, it looked like some sort of drunken version of Mortal Kombat where kicking you in
bad.
the junk was like a fatality that Ryan avoided.
Finish his beer!
And
For
so,
Ryan losing his alcohol, he pretty much did die.
a gay man wrestles her back into a chair because all these Switzerlands around her have decided that they're not going to interfere because this is really fun to watch. And my buddies, who eventually became the godparents of my son that you saw in a couple videos ago, threw a coat over me and wrestled me out the front door like a senator who had had a bullet shot at him. And they dragged me into the backyard, and they're like, "Oh my God, Ryan, Taffy, what did you do?" And before I can answer, through the wall of the building that we're near, I hear,
He's a cheating liar!
"He's a liar! He just wanted to fuck me and leave me!"
And really, what else would you have wanted to do?
With her?
Not have an intellectual conversation? I don't think so.
Look her square in the eye and... Oh, wait, you couldn't.
By eye, you mean singular
I mean,
eye.
literally the right eye, because the left eye always pointed magnetic north.
Somebody else put her square in that eye, but not while you're doing it.
Man.
She was... Oh, I
was
can't even
checking
defend
for back.
myself.
You'll be
For the love of God, please don't ask, like, "Hey, Taffy, what story would you tell if you were high on heroin?" All right.
I think Sober Taffy
So-
should be your rap name.
Guys, leave me comments leading me towards what apparently will be a much calmer discussion next week. Thank you for showing up. It is Wednesday. It is Storytime with Taffy. It is episode number 6 in the books. Join us next week on behalf of the Mr. Whiffles channel. I am Taffy, and I am out.